Yeah, we doing pretty. No,
I couldn't hear the music in my head. I couldn't.
I was fucking drumming to it.
Yeah, badly.
Well, I will.
It was all bad. Okay.
You know, it's
You'll
all
never
good.
come back.
The beginning of this podcast. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 126 for the week of August 7, 2017. I am your host Brian Thomas, alongside my lovely co-host over here, Justin Kane.
I did it.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Shit, you got stuck in that one.
Shit.
Yeah, I know.
you just-
Speaking of light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
Bootless Wonder Gary Hines.
What's up?
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb. We take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Brian,
Yeah.
I want to start this off.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm just going to start this off real
on,
quick
let it-
because it's a special day today.
What's today's?
Shout out to my boy, Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
It's his
Happy birthday. Happy
birthday.
I mean, it is his 40th birthday.
happy birthday.
Congratulations on making it to
That long.
I'm going to
Yeah.
dedicate this
can't do that.
podcast.
Hopefully there's some confetti.
Can't do that.
'Cause I'm
Tommy
not there this
boy.
one.
Come back, yeah.
Confetti. Retweet us. Shout
Yeah.
us out. We appreciate it.
happy
thanks,
birthday.
Tom.
Happy birthday for
Tom,
It's
terrific.
the Super Bowl.
yeah. He's won us like
Us?
4.
Yeah.
Five.
Are you
Say
us?
5, Brian.
Five.
You part of the
Say five.
team?
Sorry.
I'm not us.
You should just put his face.
His
Oh,
face is just
wow.
going to be in the background.
Should put the score from the Super Bowl.
The whole
Yeah.
game. Just put the whole game in the back.
The,
Don't
the,
worry.
what, the 327, what is it?
We can just
27-3?
shut up and just put the game up here and
Yeah.
everyone can just
So
watch
is
the
it his
game.
birthday
Well,
today
that's-
or the day
that's
that
copyright
this airs?
NFL. So.
It is his birthday, August 3rd is his birthday. So today.
Oh, okay, not the day
Today
it
is
airs.
his actual birthday.
get
The
fucked.
day this airs is actually Tia's birthday, my fiance. So happy birthday,
So,
babe.
two
Love you.
confetti.
doing
Yeah.
this?
Did
Happy
she win us
birthday.
any Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't
My
think so.
birthday's in December, so
Happy birthday, handsome.
happy birthday, Gary.
But we talk
Hey.
about video games on this podcast, and
Happy
I think
birthday
that's
to
what
me.
we're going to do. Gary, you went last week, so you get to decide who kicks off this shindig.
Steve.
Steve, what do you got, pal?
Big goose egg. Bad move. That's a Justin choice right there.
No, I'm
like
going to
it.
go to Brian.
All right.
I like that.
I'm going to Brian.
The only option you can't pick, he picked it. See, this guy knows how to do it.
So I finished up Crash Bandicoot 1. And
I thought you said it was too hard.
It is. I did it. I
Glad
did it.
to
So you're getting better.
Yeah. I would say so.
Congratulations.
Thanks, pal. You could also watch me get better on twitch.tv/
that
it's a
plug.
me BT.
Yeah, I was watching you play some of, I think, Crash 2.
Did it look
Yeah.
frustrating or what, Gary?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks fun. I mean, I was never really big into Crash, but I understand what the game is. And it looks like a better version. You know, it's remastered and
Can't beat
looks
that.
good.
When I saw you playing Crash 2, I was just immediate nostalgia because I was like, oh, fuck, I remember all these
music
levels.
is-
well,
the
it's not
music
even the
is
music,
really
it's just you,
gets
like
me going.
the running levels you were doing. I'm like, I fucking
running
remember
levels?
this shit.
It's all.
Yeah, like,
Well, it's
You
like,
mean
it's
the
actually,
It is
the
kind of
Crash
like-
is like a temple run in a way.
Crash
There's
Bandicoot.
lots of
The
Temple
original
Run.
Temple Run.
Yeah.
COG.
Temple Run's a ripoff
Yeah.
of this classic
correct.
game. We all know that, but it's still
I'm glad you know.
I don't
Thank
play
you.
that
Thank you for
shitty
telling
game.
everybody.
And no one's half the
Thank you
battle.
for the input, pal.
you Temple Run.
So you beat,
your input.
Yeah, I'm all about that
you beat
Wamba
the
fruit.
first one.
What's it called?
Bandicoot.
No, the fruit.
Wampa fruit.
Wampa fruit. I'm all
Yeah,
about
there
that
you go.
Wampa
So
fruit.
you beat
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
I saw that you beat that.
Yeah, I beat Stormy Ascent.
There
I only
you go.
had one life, but I fucking beat it.
How many
Well, your
lives do
face
you
blocks
like,
the life, so.
Oh, thank Christ. So I would say I probably lost anywhere from 35 to 50 lives on that one level.
How
Did
long
you
was
have
it?
to have like all of
bad.
them saved up, or you just that was how many retries?
That's how many I had.
Holy
What happens
shit,
if you
got
got
a
the
bunch
game
of
over?
lives.
What would you have to do?
If you get the game over, you have to start the level from the beginning. So you don't get the checkpoints.
Oh, so each
Yeah, but-
life you keep going to a checkpoint and just keep burning
But
lives.
it's-
But he
you're
lose,
moving
but
checkpoints.
you don't get 35
But it's the
lives.
boss a level?
He just had that many.
It's like
Yeah.
a level on his own. So it
Yeah.
didn't really matter if you gamed over for the boss,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
So Stormy Ascent, for those of you that don't know, is was a scrapped level in the original Crash Bandicoot, and they remastered it for the Insane trilogy, and they free DLC. If you bought the game, you get it for free. Hardest fucking platforming thing I've ever done.
Yeah, but see, I
Saying a
want
lot.
to. Is it? You played the original Crashes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're good at platforming. So what's the problem?
Whoa.
Is it the
It's a lot
controls?
harder.
No, it
or
is.
is it just that Crash was much harder
It's-
than you remembered?
I bet
No,
you
Crash
this.
Bandicoot is a difficult platforming game. There's no
Period?
Period. That's it. This is the hardest level.
Did you
and
go back and like?
You can't
check?
play. You can't. This was never released before. It's a brand new level.
No, but I meant like in general, because we're also complaining about the game itself, like Crash 1, Crash 2.
Well, the developers have actually come out and said they made this harder than the originals. So it's slightly harder than the originals, but all the levels are exactly the same.
So they're probably just
what does
pulling
that
the
mean?
distance of the
Is it
objects
like
away, so you're
more
limited to your
enemies,
margin of
maybe?
error.
Or-
Like you have to be dead on it,
Yeah.
or you're
I
gonna
do
fall
remember you
through.
complaining about the hitboxes in
Yeah.
the final boss.
Yeah, I would say that it does feel like whenever they're like the shooting orbs in the final boss is the hitboxes are a little.
How big is your
wonky, I would
TV?
say.
You know,
It's 60 inches.
it's probably too big. You know, maybe you should
what?
get a monitor.
No, it's
Might
totally
have
fine.
some latency.
Some lag.
You're just throwing out fucking tech
He's-
terms now.
he's
Are you
got
just
some latency.
throwing out buzzwords and
I
hoping
don't-
for the best? But
I mean, I
dropped.
get what he's saying. I get what he's
Wow.
saying.
Gary's pro latency over there.
But I really liked the first one. I finished Stormy Ascent. I beat the game, and then I moved on to the second Crash, which is infinitely better. Crash Bandicoot 2 is definitely the best Crash Bandicoot game.
Shots fired.
No, there's no shots fired. Anyone that plays Crash Bandicoot will agree with you on that. Or
That's
with
a
me.
bold statement.
With me on that.
Prove him wrong, America.
Yeah, let
There
us
might
know
be
in the comments
16% that enjoy the first one.
Also true. Also true. But
Yeah,
Not unheard
exactly.
of.
Yeah.
So come on, Brian.
Yeah.
Why don't you have
So
some respect
the
for the 60%?
The second one actually finishes, or does a much better job with controls, and they introduce a slide/crouch mechanic. So if you just hit R1 or circle or whatever it is, you can while you're running, you can slide or you can crouch.
I remember
And
that.
then you can crouch into a high jump. So those are all
So that wasn't available in 1?
in 1. No, so that's what was introduced in 2, and it does help his movement. There's lots of like jumps where you couldn't make it unless you slide and then jump. So now a lot of the times if I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Had a good pun for a second.
When did you realize that? I think you didn't know that for a while.
No, I always knew that the slide was there.
Oh, because you didn't even do it when
like
you
Sprint
were
all
trying to
over
get some
again.
boxes at your first level when you were bitching about
did.
it. And 2.
It's because I missed it. You can't hit it with you have to.
Oh,
like-
it doesn't work?
Yeah. The
'Cause
way that
with
it
the
works
way
is
it's-
that you have to kind of finagle it where you hit the very corner and move to the left and then back to the right to get on top of the second box and then it jumps up even higher. So it's
You should probably just get a monitor. It'd probably help you out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Latency.
With those jumps, that frame rate drop.
Yeah, the frame rate drops. But Crash Bandicoot 2 is that's the one that like really kind of hits home with me. That's the one that I enjoyed most as a kid. It's still great. I still love collecting the hidden gems. There's like little things that you need to do, like within each level that you just kind of have to either remember. What I like about this is that the loading screen kind of tells you what you're supposed to do. So it's like the first level it said be nice to the boxes. So I was like, be nice to the boxes. What the fuck? is
Don't
that?
break them.
Don't break them. You don't break any of the boxes. You get the special blue gem.
See, you got to think outside the box in that situation.
Yes, you do. Very nice.
I had a good one earlier, but I didn't have a chance to squeak it in there because you were talking too fast.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I get excited when I'm talking about Crash.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
God forbid we get some real information.
Yeah.
Fake news. I
I
don't
just
really
told you
know
to get a
about that.
monitor. 'Cause that's some.
Yeah, that was
How
some
many
real
Crash
news.
games are on this? Is it trilogy?
So it's a trilogy.
3,
1,
in case
2,
you
and
don't know.
3.
Trilogy. Yeah.
Three.
Is that what that is?
Pick number 3, me lord.
The trifecta.
But yeah, I haven't played 3, and I don't really remember 3 all that much from a kid, like when I was a kid. So I'm interested to see like what I actually do remember once I start playing it. But 2 is still my favorite. But I guess loading screens. I wanted to talk about that before you fucking derailed me a little bit. Loading screens are way too long for this game. So the beginning,
They
of
were
the
in the
game,
original, I think.
you have to sit through. It's like when you first turn it on, it's pretty cool because you have Dr. Cortex's voice. And it's,
Does it give you that sweet PlayStation 1 sound?
no,
Oh, sad.
but it's like you know,
That's a sweet. Song.
Crash Bandicoot, developed by Vicarious Visions, and it's like this little like cutscene of like the old Crash, and he jumps into like this machine and it pops out the new one, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool, for the first time.
Yeah,
And then the
every other
eighth time that you're trying to like skip through it and you can't, you're like, Jesus Christ, clearly it's loading. And then so you get to like the main screen where it's like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. You hit start and then it loads even more and it like brings you to like, do you want to play 1, 2, or 3? And you're like, I want to play 1. And then like it finally fucking loads after I would say like 2 minutes. You're like, Jesus, there's a lot of loading going on for.
Can't be worse than Recore though.
No, it's
Nothing
not.
will be
Nothing
worse.
will be worse than Recore. Nothing.
Fuck Rigor.
Can't believe I beat that game. That was ridiculous.
Oh, that's true.
You know what? Because you didn't let that
Surprised
game
you're
beat
still not
you.
waiting in front of the screen for it to load.
Yeah.
Maybe
But,
he still
That's
is.
true.
If we're in the Matrix or some weird shit.
But moving on from Crash Bandicoot, I finished Pyre, which is the game that I talked about last week. Lots of fucking reading.
Me
in
no
this.
likey.
I was for those of you that don't know, it's Supergiant's latest game. It's a good basketball game, like arcadey basketball game. You didn't see the gameplay.
I
so you
know.
don't-
I know. It's
Yeah.
just funny.
So
to
I
hear.
watched.
some of the gameplay.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I watched through some of the text and the
The
reading.
there's lots of
And
text, lots of reading.
Once
lots
you
of,
got to like the basketball game itself,
you were thinking more of like a legit
Actual
game.
basketball.
no, I mean I know what you're talking about with the different size characters
Mm-hmm.
and you get the ball and you got to get into their goal and if they kill you then you're down the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get it.
But he saw it and he wasn't
Yeah.
impressed.
I mean, me too. I'm not really impressed. I was impressed with Bastion and Transistors, so I was hoping for something really good on this, but it just kind of was lackluster.
I'd give it credit for doing something different though.
Yeah, went for it.
It's definitely different. There's way too much conversation going on. There's lots of at this point, I'm just like crushing the square button, trying to get
Russian
past.
Square. I like
You know
this.
that's bad.
Yeah, and
you
I
do
have
that.
patience.
No, it's-
I
Yeah,
have a
and I
lot of
love to
patience.
hear that you're crushing Square because
So,
it's
like,
like
I
you're
just-
down here with
I'm
us
just
with
like,
the
I
film.
just gotta
You
get
know,
through
just
it.
crushing Square.
How's
like
it
a
feel?
fucking
Yeah.
can't read it. Yeah, how's it feel, asshole? It sucks, doesn't it?
So-
It's too texty. Crush the Square.
I don't want to spoil
Welcome.
anything too much, but I beat the game, or I beat like the first season of the rights, which are like the basketball portion of the game, and once you do that, it allows one of your members to move on to the Commonwealth, which is like this welcoming area that people aren't banished, which the whole game takes place in like this wasteland. That's where everyone is banished to. And if you win, your team gets to choose one person to go to the Commonwealth to
It's like the All Stars.
go back to,
That's where you
society.
start the my player mode.
But so you
Yep.
do lose
Yeah.
a character.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. You get like a sneaker deal from
Yeah.
Nike.
Yeah, you do like a
that's
Adidas
exactly
with
what you get.
emergency press conference.
Yep. One of your
Taking
favorite.
my talents to South Beach.
Yep.
I've read this before somewhere.
But and then you start over from the beginning, kind of. So you just lose one of your best characters, and then you go on and you replay the rights like in a second season in hopes to get everyone on your team into the Commonwealth. So I'm at the final game or the final right.
So do you have to give your best player away to the Commonwealth?
You have to. So if you win, because you don't have to win.
Yeah, because
lose.
this is a PC kind of game. Everybody gets a medal, Brian.
Well, there are characters on other teams that you build relationships with, and you can.
This is the NBA.
You can let them win to let their
so you
character
throw the game.
Yeah.
So that they
You
get a ring
can.
because you already
Season
have a
ended
bunch.
injury.
That's not my.
got
that's
money
not my
on the
style,
side.
though.
This
Yeah,
is
so-
kind of like the NBA.
Yeah, this
You know,
is the
we're in the
NBA.
Real Housewives of Pry or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
Pyre.
Pyre. Yeah.
So close. So close. But I mean,
I'll forget it.
went-
The game's forgettable.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would pass on the game. I usually like
Is that a
this
basketball
kind of
pun?
stuff. Thanks for the assist.
Oh, let's go. You can say it was an alley oop. Just how many more we got? We got any others?
Let's
think
move
that
on.
was
That
a
was the
brick.
last one. Let's go.
Dude, we're on fire right now.
He's on fire.
Oh, yes.
we go.
But let's move on from Pyre. And the last game that I played this week
good
was
stuff.
was a game that Justin recommended to me last week. It's called Runbow, and it's free with Games with Gold on
What is it?
the Xbox.
Runbow.
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 Rainbow.
So think of Rainbow, but Run instead. And it's a side-scrolling.
I don't want to do that.
Side-scrolling platform
Me
game
neither.
that the background color changes every 2 seconds, so it'll go from dark green to light green to orange to
Which will remove
Yellow.
an obstacle of its same color in your way, and you got to kind of time it as you run.
yeah. So let's say for example there is an orange platform that you're going to jump onto, but if the orange color background color is going to come into effect pretty soon, that orange platform is going to disappear.
Sounds like Chameleon Run.
I said
Similar.
that when I was describing
Similar
this game.
to Chameleon Run.
Last week.
Yes.
Also kind of similar to like
I
Hue.
literally said that.
Similar to Hue in a way. I know that you haven't played it, but
Trying. I gotta figure out my eyes.
I will tell you.
It's a weird hue.
I will tell you this. Not a good game.
Oh jeez.
Oh wow.
This is not a good game.
It's not.
2 games.
It is.
Didn't like it.
It is a stinker. It's like, so I understand the concept of the game is you're supposed to kind of play with like 8 different players, and then you're supposed to run through this course. And
Yeah,
try
and it's supposed to be like
fight
you're supposed
and-
to beat the other person's score. It looks like.
Yeah,
but it
you're-
wasn't 8 people. It was me.
Yeah, it was just me
And
against
I was like, okay,
myself.
let me go running through here. I'm like, okay, well I can't, so let me jump around. I'm like, oh well, now that platform I just jumped from just turned to color. You're almost more frustrated at it than enjoying it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but I thought you never know. Maybe I just don't like platformers, so that's why I passed
Well,
it
you
along to the
definitely
expert. And the expert says it sucks.
Yeah,
so
it's not a very. I could see this being a fun party game or a let's play game.
Don't do that to me.
No, we won't do that to you, Justin. Sorry about that burp, everybody. But
No gold at the end of that run, Bo. Give it. Give it. All right. I like it. It stays in.
A for effort, pal.
yeah, that's really all I have this week. Runbow, stinker. Don't even get it for free.
Yeah,
What was this on?
Pyre.
It's
Xbox.
free for Xbox. I uninstalled
So
it
yeah,
very
I should
quickly.
probably do that as well.
See ya.
Yeah, I would uninstall it. Honestly, I would never play this game again.
Never.
Wow.
Save
But
the
I'm one of
space.
those guys who just at least
Play Crash
wants to get them
Bandicoot instead.
because they're free. So
Wow. Was that free?
I got it for $6. But anyways,
You paid for Rumbo?
no, I got it for free.
You're talking about Crash.
Yeah, Crash. Anyways, moving on from me, let's just go on to Justin.
okay, let's do me. That'll be fun.
Phrasing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So this week, let's see. I guess I'll start with my mobile game, and the mobile game was called The Office. What was it called? The
I don't know. How the
Office.
fuck do I know?
I got it. Hold on.
The Office Quest.
There you go.
The Office Quest. So it's a click and point.
Point and click.
It's not escape the room,
Really more
but
like
you
point
have
and touch,
to
right?
I like this. I like
point and
this one.
touch. Yeah. It's basically, you have to click to get your character around. It looks like you start off in the office, and it's very weird. All the character design, they're all wearing what appear to be animal suits. On top
Suits?
of, yeah, like their faces are literally cut out of
It's casual Friday.
animals. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
So it's like a human head, but with like
You could physically, it almost looks like literally a costume. Like everybody's dressed up in weird animal
Anyways,
costumes.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm
get-
putting
whoa.
the setting of weirdness.
You
He's
want-
painting this weird picture.
I'm
boy.
painting the
Let him-
picture.
let him go.
Let me work.
Let Picasso go.
Yeah, let me do my thing.
Space pirates.
Missing an
Give me that
inch. What's
booty.
going on?
So it's very weird, and it's all in like a greenish, like brown, like very dark hues, and it's kind of
Diarrhea.
black
colored.
and dingy. And so you appear to be bored at your desk, and you have to click your
isn't?
way out of the office. It appears, and the first scenario.
Before the TPS, the boss comes around.
Yeah, the first scenario
Did
is
you
like
get that memo?
the boss's office is over here, so you have to click on certain things to this unlocked. You got the screwdriver, and you use the screwdriver to loosen his chair, and he falls out of his
So
chair.
is this
and
like
you're
a
Whoa,
puzzle
shit.
game?
Yeah.
It's like an escape the room
You gotta find out how to get out of
adventure.
work.
Okay.
game. It's interesting. They make other
Have you
kind of cell
tried
phone
just
games like
walking
this.
out the front
Yeah.
door?
I have
educational.
tried. You're like blah blah blah. There's no words. It's just like screaming to get back to work, and your character goes and sits back down.
Got it.
So you have to like.
Top down,
No, it's scroll. We're scrolling.
side scrolling.
Yeah, we're side scrolling, and you
Okay.
can only move by if the place that he can walk if you touch it. So you can't move him around unless that is an area like he can go over and interact with something over here. So you click and he walks over.
Is it side scrolling or like
Like a stapler.
isometric?
I don't know because I'm not sure what isometric is.
Well, because is it more 3D or is it actually 2D?
It's 2D. This is like
Are
looks
you
hand drawn.
sure?
We'll take a
You'll,
look.
Yeah,
you'll
well-
see in the
well-
video in the background. You
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know the
Listen,
answer
I
to
mean,
that question.
There's a lot.
I mean,
You could see it all right.
I bet
here.
it has some 3D elements to it.
yeah. I mean, you want to take a look?
Yeah. Why don't you keep
And
talking?
so I'm enjoying it. I like these it's a puzzle game to me. There's definitely, you have to find your way around, and there's literally puzzles. Like there was a picture, and I moved the picture, and there was a slide puzzle. I did the slide puzzle, and it unlocked, or I got on the back of the painting. There was different numbers, like 4 bears, 5 carrots. So it gave you basically a combination. So it is puzzles. I got open the safe, and there was a fucking pepper in there, and I
like
took a pepper and gave it to a
sepia.
woman. What's
Yeah.
sepia?
It's the hue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like a sepia filter. It's side scrolling. It's
Yeah,
side scrolling.
Looks weird.
Yeah, it's
it's
weird
very
as shit.
They're actually wearing shit. It's
It's got a
weird.
it's got a Telltale Games look to it. Very similar to Puzzle Agent, which
Yeah.
is
So it gave me one level for free to basically a demo. And I played through the demo level and made it. I'm sneaking through ductwork in the office right now.
he's dressed as
To
a
get
dog.
out of work.
Yeah,
He looks
it's-
like Grimace
I think there's
from
no
McDonald's.
words, there's
There's
no
no
story, there's no
half a
nothing
fucking
going
gig
on.
for
So
this
what's the
thing.
objective?
So I'm not sure.
Get
yet.
out the door.
Just, I'm
you
just,
can just leave.
no,
No.
you can't. It
So you
doesn't
have to
let
get,
you.
so you have to get
Man,
fired.
you don't pay attention. Last week it was the dodgeball. This week it's not leaving the front door.
Well,
So I enjoy this game. I paid the $2.99 for it, and I am going to finish it.
For the in-app. It was
Nice.
an in-app purchase, right? It was
No,
like a
it just
free
said.
demo. and then
It just said, would you like to actually buy
the
this
game.
game? Because it's $3. So let me play the first level, and it's like
Yeah.
you only get the first level
That's
for
an
free. Would you
in-app-
like?
in-app
Okay.
purchase.
So I bought it, and I enjoy it, and I will continue to play it. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I figure out what the fuck's going on with all these weird animal people, or if
figure
it,
out why they're all wearing them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on here? What kind of work is this?
the cost
But the
and
boss
body.
was dressed like a bull, and I thought that was
You
you
mess
know
with the bull.
you get the horns. So
Take the bull by the horns.
there's a lot of stuff going on here. So maybe it could be clever. I don't know, but I'm enjoying
Wow. You'll never know.
the puzzly aspects
You
to
could get a good look at a T-bone steak by sticking your head up a bull's ass. But wouldn't you rather take the butcher's word for it?
yes, I would.
Anybody?
Yeah, it's from Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
except I was waiting
But
for you
we're
to
just
like,
waiting.
screw it up.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, anyways, that was the Office Quest. Keep you posted. Yeah, next week. Hey. Get that thing I sent you. But the game I played most this week was Metal Gear Solid 5. So the past couple weeks we've been coming over here to do the podcast. We do this every week. I don't know if you've been following along. You should. But Gary's been poking around on it on the PlayStation 4 downstairs. Borrowed it from a buddy Dixon of ours. And I remember I played this game for a week. I believe this was when I had access to your Xbox games. So, yeah.
It's never
Yeah.
happened. It's,
That never happened.
I borrowed
No, he's
you.
talking about his physical copies of the game.
Yeah. So I saw you playing and I was like, I didn't give this game a chance. I have nothing to play right now, as you heard for the last couple episodes. I'm just like, my thumb is wedged in my ass like far. So
No
I
one wants to
decided
be under that though.
nobody does.
yeah, definitely.
Nobody does. This is a weird week. But
It's a very weird week this week.
so I played some Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, the game's been out for a while. Everybody knows what it is. But some things about
Do
this
they, though?
game. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that they
I'm
do.
pretty sure it was.
yeah.
It was
Talked
like
about
a
talking
game of the year.
all
First-person
time. Yeah.
action espionage game.
Talked about last week.
News to me.
Well, welcome, Steve, to the tangent.
We talk about games on this podcast.
So
We
tune in.
try.
Tune in.
We try to.
So yeah, I guess some things about this game that I enjoy that I
Did you restart?
forgot
Did
about
you
it.
pick up where you
I
left off?
couldn't actually. This is a great question, Gary, because I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
asked. I'm glad you asked.
It's a beautiful looking question.
It's like we've talked about the game.
Yeah,
before.
let me think about that question. Really digest it. I couldn't figure out how to start a new game. I don't know if you can. There must be a way. I even before I started, I went into the options like press start, game options, delete save data, go back in. I only got the option to continue. I was what? Swear to God. Yeah, I swear to God, I didn't want to Google it. I was just like, fuck it. I was only at 5%. Okay. So,
That's right.
Well, you
I
just
don't know
instead
how
of
to figure
crushing
it
so
out.
maybe I get to skip the
Yeah.
tutorial.
No,
so that's not bad.
Get rid of the
When
text.
you get like
Yeah.
3 minutes into the fucking hour and a half video.
But I
Yeah.
pro-
At the
the
beginning.
thing
In Metal Gear
is-
Solid, I already missed everything. Like,
5% of Metal Gear Solid 5 is probably like
I
15
had-
hours.
yeah, I had like 10 missions already done, main missions, and probably like 20 side missions done.
Yeah.
So I was pretty deep into it. But this time, I was giving it a real try. I think I was sick of Army Men the last time I was playing it. Now I don't really give a shit because I'm bored. Well, I will say that I really enjoy the way that Metal Gear Solid does their buddy system that they have, or companions to most other games. But they have 4 buddies that you can pick from: the horse, a girl, her name is Quiet, she's a sniper, the dog, and there's like a mech suit that you can get in.
I have a question for
Yep.
somebody who's
Over
played
here,
this game a lot
in the front.
more. You're
Wow, that
allowed-
was rude.
Well, you're allowed to get
Holy
more than 4 buddies.
Whoa.
and you don't have to actually get all 4 buddies.
Well, there's a lot of the buddies you can just
Miss. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to clarify.
Correct.
So there are more than 4, or there could be
Wow.
less than 4.
She's
if you suck.
undercutting you.
No, I'm pretty sure there's only 4.
Nope.
Really interesting. But I've gotten 4. I got a robot. I got a dog. I got a girl with a sniper rifle, and I have a horse.
Quiet.
Who are you using the most?
The dog and Quiet.
Yep.
Eye
So-
patches.
The awesome thing that I like about this game is I can call for. I start off with Quiet, and they drop you in, you know, X amount of yards away from your destination in the helicopter. You drop in. You can send Quiet to scout, and she goes and she scouts and she does circles and she tags the enemies and she tags things that you can lift to your base
Yeah.
and other valuable stuff. And she does a pretty nice job at tagging. Not as good as the dog. The dog will tag people you're supposed to pick up. I would say he's more alert. So I send her up there. I'm like, oh, that's great. I get to the base, you scope it out, and then I can just radio in. I'm like, okay, I want to go save this guy. He's in here. I got to go extract him. So I don't want to be loud yet. So I call in the dog, and for like $500 or whatever the fuck in game, Quiet will leave and the dog will come in. So then I'll go in with the dog, and he's more precise about tagging the guys, and I'll get where I need to go. And then when I'm ready to leave, I just call Quiet back, and you tell her to cover you, and she just shoots everyone. And all of the enemies immediately look at her, and so you just like snaking behind him, just like choking him out, like, where the fuck is the good stuff? And he's like, oh, no. And you just stab him and leave him there. And
Sorry, keep going. Keep going.
yeah, no, she will leave her post automatically. You can send her all around. You can be sneaky about it. You can tell her only when to shoot if you want.
But you're just letting her.
But I'm just like,
She-
open
loose
fire!
cannon! Yep.
And she will leave. As soon as they start attacking her, it'll say Quiet's moving, and she'll move to another location, and she'll start shooting again.
from a different location.
Yeah, and you could give her sleep darts. So if you don't want to be a dick about it, you could literally just tell her to open fire, crouch in, and extract all the sleeping people as she just sprays everyone. And they're all just looking at her the whole time. It's amazing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better to bring the dog first
No.
instead of spending that extra $500? Because you bring in the dog, he tags everybody, and then you get the guy, and then you switch over to Quiet, and then take.
But
him out.
Quiet can also go to multiple locations that without me, like super far in advance.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I can still
see-
dick around.
I see what you're saying.
You know,
It's depending on how far away you are.
and I like to look at other places around too, just to see like, where the other enemies are coming from, because a lot of them are close together. So you really could. Yeah, you're right. But she can just do it in a place that you don't have to be standing in.
Gotcha.
Have you?
So I know what I'm running into before the dog, because the dog gets people within, like, let's say 100 yards or something.
But she gets them within 500.
within, like, yeah, I
Whatever.
can send her far.
Have you made it to Africa yet?
Yes, I believe I go Afghanistan, Africa. I'm back and forth between
Okay,
both
so
now.
you're going back and forth now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, before I get into that, I'll keep going on the stuff that I'm enjoying, because I'm about to go off. This game is fucking, like, I don't understand what's happening. But anyways, so
Is there a rant coming on? What's going on?
I don't know.
Just let him go.
I'm just saying,
At 5%.
there's a couple things I want to say before I forget. So I
Go
like the
ahead.
companions. It's very weird to play a game. There's so many RPG elements to this game of like building your mother base and stuff. Snake doesn't have skill points. Snake doesn't have a skill tree. And this is the first game that I've played in a long time that is very RPG-like and very time-consuming, where he doesn't have a skill tree. The way that you level up really is researching and buying new items. So you get a new
equipment,
gun, and you get new equipment,
suits.
and you get new stuff. So you don't technically level up. You just upgrade.
Fair enough. So that's kind of
It's the same thing,
Yeah.
but it's just weird to play a game where he doesn't gain. He's already A+ everything.
well.
Like, he's the
that's
fucking
the whole
man.
point. That's
He's
the whole
Snake.
point
He's
of Solid
maxed out.
Snake.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like you really can't
Boss.
give him anything he doesn't have. So I thought it was interesting that like they were like, fuck it, there's no way we're going to be able to do this. We're just give you items.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's always been though with Metal Gear.
So yeah, I mean, this is the first Metal Gear game that I've played in like real go for it. And so I thought that was interesting. I don't like it one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me, but I thought that was
was
interesting.
a
I haven't
unique
played a game
thing,
like
yeah.
that. And one thing I like about it is if you research an item, when you go before your mission, it gives you your loadout and what you're going to do, what you're going to bring, what vehicles you're going to bring. And right when you get in there, it'll say, items you have equipped have upgrades. You want to equip them? Yeah. Just like fucking A. And so you just skip all that shit. I don't even have to go in there and change it now. It just asks me, you want to? Like, yes, that's why I got it. Thanks. And you just keep
and
it
I
moving.
like what it does with the resource management. When you extract soldiers, they'll be ranked in certain categories as far as what they're going to bring to the table, whether it's, you know, your weapons or just defensive maneuvers, or they're a really good soldier, and they come back to your base, and then you can literally go person by person and place them.
You could
into
do a
different-
time management, like
Correct.
micromanagement
but
system
or
if you
you
wanted.
can just do
Auto.
Pick
fill,
the best for this.
so that the best go to where they
Yeah.
should be.
And then, but if you were
go-
like, oh, I really want to get this item and I need this development, you could just drag a bunch of people into it. I mean, it might not be the best, but it's nice that they will let you do that. So I thought that was interesting. I like that. You just get the item that you wanted. You just keep it moving, and you know you don't have to go back and deal with all that shit. I like that it'll give you vehicles to start with. So I don't just have to take my horse. So I can start with a Jeep. And so I don't have to take my horse. Me and the dog can get in the Jeep, and I can just fucking drive to 300 meters.
you can get in a fucking tank.
You can get in a tank. I got a tank. I haven't fucked with it yet.
Yeah. What I
I
usually
like
do
that.
is when shit
Stay
goes
tuned for
down,
next week.
I usually keep pretty stealthy, and I try to extract as many people. I think me and Justin play a little bit differently.
A little
I-
bit.
yeah. I'm not trying to kill as many people. I'm trying to extract them and just build up my base and everything. But when shit goes down, as soon as I'm spotted and they start calling for reinforcements, I'm calling a tank in. I just call in a tank, and then I call in my helicopter to provide support. So then my helicopter will come in, and they'll be shooting at people from the skies. Meanwhile, I'm also getting a tank drop down, and then
On a parachute.
yeah,
Nice.
Parachute right in. You just get in the thing.
Excellent.
it's perfect.
One of the coolest things I think I've seen in this game is like somebody, you're supposed to extract somebody, and the person playing this fucked it up. And so like the bad guy or whoever, the head guy, took the prisoner and brought him into an airplane. And so like this airplane was going off, like you could see it in the background, just like
On the tarmac.
yeah,
ripping
just
ass.
leaving. And so Snake turns around, pulls out an RPG, and shoots the fucking plane out of the sky.
Nosedive.
The plane explodes. Both people die, and then it's just like, well, you're gonna have to fucking figure out what happens next.
Yeah.
I was like, clearly that's not supposed to happen, but that's like
But
really
it could
cool.
happen.
Yeah, like that's just really
could.
cool. It's like
If you fucked it up.
you and I could play the same exact mission, but we could have totally
So
different
There's a lot of
stories.
different missions where like you have to attack a convoy, or it will show you like these people are coming from this area. This is the route that they're going to take, or this is their destination.
Yeah,
so
you're
you can
like-
kind of figure out the,
You're like,
the
this is
road
the
that they're going
best-
to take. So if you wanted, like, there was a couple of times where like I will literally sit in one spot on a road and I'll plant a ton of C4 all along the road,
Dude.
and I'll wait there for literally 15 minutes, just sitting there listening to the tunes, because the tunes are fucking fantastic.
Yep,
in
you got the
game.
tape decks.
And you'll just wait for the convoy to come, and then when it comes, they're
So
fucked.
I have a super similar story to that, which is way more noob-s, where I was playing one of those missions. It was like, oh, they're, these, go fuck up all these guys. You know, you got 15 minutes, whatever. So I plant C4. I'm waiting for the car to come by. The car's coming. It goes over C4. I'm pressing every button. I don't know how to fucking detonate the C4. I waited for 20 minutes for this fucking convoy. The convoy goes by. I'm fucking like hitting all the buttons. I can't figure it out. I still don't technically remember what the button is. And I had to restart the checkpoint. I just re-dropped myself in with a RPG, and I just went for it. But it was, stuff like that. Trial and error.
Very nice.
So I guess, you can't understate how great, we talked about it a million times, how great Snake's movement is in his AAA, stand up, crouch, lay down, is just like, it's the best stealth you can possibly do. But I won't get into that. I have no idea what the fuck is going on in this game, for one. Metal Gear Solid has apparently this is a prequel to a game, obviously. I don't play the rest of the game, so I'm
You've seen all
jumping
the
in.
other movies, so
And I have no idea what's going on. Everybody's a clone of somebody else. There's like, obviously, these giant gears, the metal gears. They're running around. They're grabbing me for no reason. There's these like fucking zombie people who are, everybody's just like got these secret organizations who want to fucking kill everyone. And it's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Is Foxhound in this?
I don't know. I got Revolver Ocelot is like my boy. He's just always on my deck. Just,
Is Foxhound in this game?
Not that I remember.
Okay.
yeah, I
Is this
just
text you didn't read? Like, what's going on? Or you just not
No,
comprehending
it's-
what they're telling
No,
you?
it's
past.
pretty fucked.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
a really
I'm-
fucked
and
up story.
now I'm mashing, or you can skip cutscenes, but it's just like I
know
kind of
it.
am interested to
Yeah.
see some cutscenes, but
No, the
from
cutscenes
the
are-
beginning, you don't know.
You also
Every-
have to play like 1 through 4 to really understand what's happening.
I mean, I've watched YouTube videos of the lore, and I still don't get it.
No, you,
Metal Gear Solid is
over.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. I'm just throwing
I don't
it out
knock
there.
it
Metal
because
Gear Solid
I
is
do
fucked
enjoy
up.
the cutscenes. I do enjoy the randomness of it, just because it's a game that I've never really played before, and the story just doesn't do what other games usually do.
No, it's
and
just-
like it's just like
It's
next
all
thing.
over the place.
Yeah, but that's why like some of the action is so.
You start off, this guy has a huge piece of shrapnel hanging out of his head. It's like this big. They don't even mention it the
Yeah.
whole time. You're just
Well-
fucking sitting there with it in your head.
Well, if you played Ground Zero, you would know why.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
So here
well,
I go,
that's why-
shrapnel,
that's-
shrapnel face.
No one's gonna
And
mention it.
And he's
Yeah, well, Ground Zero came out right before it, and it was like $10. I think it's free right now, so it's a prequel to.
yeah. Well, everyone's just totally okay with it, so I'm rolling with it. It's got giant hunks of metal hanging out of my face. Clone of a guy that I've never met before. Don't even know I'm a clone.
I don't know what's happening.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Awesome. Excellent. Who's going next?
Yeah, who is going next?
Gary. We're going
All right,
Jared.
so I'll take it. I'll start off with a game that I think Steve would potentially like, just because the fact it was 67 cents. On Steam.
You're speaking my language now.
His ears are perked.
Yes.
Tell me
so-
about this piece of shit.
I wouldn't say it's a piece of shit.
This green light game.
yeah.
Yes.
Like,
So
yeah.
I've actually had my eye on this game for quite some time.
So you waited for
Waiting
the sale, yeah.
Waiting for my great sale.
Waiting for the
That's-
Steve
Just
deals.
waiting for
Learn
a
from the
nice little
best.
sale. I did make a couple purchases on Steam this week, and I'll talk about the other game in a little bit. But yeah, I saw 67 cents. I couldn't pass it up. Blood and Bacon.
Blood and
Blood and
bacon.
bacon.
Already intrigued.
So the cover,
Game of the year.
the cover of the game is just some white guy with an assault rifle, wearing like a farmer suit, and then there's some just black guy with an afro. They both have assault rifles, and they're shooting pigs.
They're shooting at the animal that is a pig.
Bacon.
Pigs, yeah, like actual.
Or are they shooting
animals.
pigs out of their guns? Like
No,
they're
they're
shooting,
shooting
at,
at
okay, they're shooting
pigs.
at pigs.
Is this like
It's like a farm gone wrong.
is it realistic looking or is it more like cartoony like pigs?
I mean, it's pretty cartoony. So the game,
Biggest question is it still 67 cents?
it might be.
I'm already sold.
Yeah, I mean,
so the
bacon's
game, and it's
amazing.
actually co-op. So if anyone wants to join me on this adventure,
Might have a vibe.
Yeah, you might have a party member. I don't,
Yeah.
Is it like Contra?
No, so it's first-person shooter.
Oh, okay.
And basically it's a night. It's like survive the night.
Okay.
of
type
the
game
attacking pigs.
of the attacking pigs. So the game starts off day one. You literally like just wake up in this barn, and there's just some farmer who's pinned to the wall, right, with one of those like pitchforks.
Sorry to interrupt. I missed the sales back to 99 cents.
99 cents.
Damn
Son
it.
of a bitch.
There goes that player too.
So it starts off, you're in the barn, and there's this farmer. He's literally just through the chest, just pinned to the wall with a pitchfork. No, he's not dead. He's alive, and he's got one
survive
leg.
that.
Don't
Yeah,
jump ahead of
yeah.
yourself, Brian.
Yeah, like let's be serious here. He's only got one leg, but then he just starts telling you like, "All right, like grab their gun and get out there and get them pigs." And then you're like, "Okay." So you grab just a pistol. You start off with a pistol, and then once you leave the barn, it starts counting down like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the pigs come. And it literally has like a counter in the top left corner on how many pigs you must kill. So then but the movement is very quick. So it moves and feels like an old school shooter.
Like Doom?
It looks like a like maybe like a late cycle N64 game or an early PS2 game type first-person shooter. So think of like the graphics like that.
The cool thing about it as well is if you press F1, you're in first-person mode. Press F2, you're in third-person mode. And F3, you're top-down.
I feel like they missed the ball with F1 and F3 being first and top. It should be first and third.
Wow.
I would probably play this game and top.
Why are you paying the big
It's not worth the 99 cents now.
Is that where we're at, Brad?
I'm sorry, is that not a Justin complaint?
No, because my complaints are my own. That's
Well,
a
he
Brian
can't
complaint.
count. First, he's got to learn.
Yeah,
I would.
Because which one comes first?
Which do you like to play?
I'm first person.
First person. I feel like I'd like to play this top down. Almost twin
Third
stick.
person all day.
Yeah,
I mean, I
to do a twin
did.
stick shooter for this.
I did do the top down for a little bit. Third person was kind of whack. Top down was pretty good though, but I enjoyed the first person. So I made it to like
How many pigs you slay?
15.
How much
like
bacon
night
you laying?
15 I made it to. I probably played it for like a good half an hour. I was sucked in. The story was just riveting. Every
Kill
time,
these
Surprised you
pigs.
didn't stream it.
yeah. Well, it's coming. It's coming.
I didn't want to
Then we'll be rolling in the
Yeah.
bacon.
But pretty much you
Like money, I guess.
you kill all the pigs, and then that night ends. You wake back up, and you're in.
How's Pitchfork guy? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's still hungry.
Before every mission,
He's
he's
just
just
every day just lives there.
he's just telling you what's about to come, or you can eat a
Well,
bigger
it's pigs.
gun.
I mean, you know it's pigs.
And then you get
I
an
mean,
assault rifle, and then you get a magnum, and then as you progress, there's more and more pigs. And then literally,
I would guess that. I mean,
but
they're not
then
going to
all of a
stop
sudden-
coming, Gary.
Yeah.
But then, like, eventually, like, it's super strange because the pigs are all different sizes. So there's like the normal sized pigs, but then there's literally pigs that are like so hard to shoot. And then like one of the nights, it was just like 50 of them, and they were like,
Do you have a flamethrower? Because that
no, just a gun. So you're
That's some
just
nice
spraying,
crispy
and they're
bacon.
moving a lot faster than you are. So that was kind of hard to hit. And then every 10 nights there's a boss, and the boss was just ridiculous. It was just a
So
pig.
this is horde mode, basically.
Yeah, so the pig was the size of like the barn, and like you come out of the barn, it's at nighttime now, and you have a flashlight, and the pig just starts talking to you, being like, "I'm a pig, listen to me, like you're gonna die," and then all of a sudden the big pig just starts running around, and then you got the little pigs coming at you. I mean, it's a lot of blood and a lot of bacon going down.
Sounds classy.
But there are certain things that are on the map itself. So in the center of the map, there's an electric field that you can actually go over to a certain switch that I found and turn on the electric field to fry a bunch of pigs at once. If they're in the
fry the
center.
bacon?
Yeah.
There you go. There's also like a conveyor belt where you can get some ammo, and then there's water fountains that you can get some health from. So 67 cents. Guess it's back up to 99 cents. I'm giving this a green light.
Yeah.
That's how we do it here.
Yeah.
I'm giving that the green light. But the majority of my week was spent playing The Surge.
I don't know why you do it to yourself.
I'm gonna say right away that I love this game.
If I can
So
tell.
it's Dark Souls in space, right?
That's basically what it is. I mean, it is Dark Souls, but I do enjoy the setting of The Surge. It's quite interesting. So it's in a futuristic, like, we'll say world. Very generic story. So the story starts off, the first cutscene is like talking about how like the Earth is running out of resources. So, you know, obviously humans are going out into space to find and mine resources to save Earth.
That's what you got to do.
And so you start off the game, your main character, you don't get to like pick your character or anything like that. You have a generic character, but he's in a wheelchair, which is, you're like, at the very beginning, you're like, okay, well, that's kind of strange. Like, you're going to be going to fight, but now you guys confined in this wheelchair. So you're just rolling around, you know, and then it was pretty fucked up. Like, the one way that it wanted you to go, there was just stairs, so you just couldn't go. And it just reminded me of the one scene from, what was it, Borderlands, with
it's like-
Claptrap
yeah.
at the very end when he's just like, all right, here we go. And then it opens up and it's just like stairs. And he's like, my only weakness. Eventually I found the ramp,
Yeah.
made it. And then once you get to the bottom,
Well, you would have sued. They would have had a lawsuit on their hands.
yeah, that's for sure. It gives you the option to pick between two different characters. So there's like a versatile character that's like quick, agile. Then there's like your brute character.
Yeah, so you
So-
got like your tank or your.
Yeah, so I went versatile. I went agile. I'm not big into slow movements and just a lot of health. So It pretty much starts you off. You pick this, and then you get into a mech suit. So, have you ever seen the movie? What is it called? Matt Damon's in it.
Oh, Elysium.
Elysium. That mech suit that he has on,
Same exact thing.
it's the same thing.
I feel like this is a lot similar to like Avatar. This guy in a wheelchair looking for resources on a different planet gets into like this suit.
Yeah, I don't think they came up with the story and or anything about this game themselves. I think they probably took a lot of here, a lot of Dark Souls, maybe some Avatar.
Elysium.
Elysium, who knows it, right?
Jason
but
Bourne. I don't know. I'm
Jason
just saying.
Bourne knows it,
Just-
Knows it? Yeah.
or it's like
Matt
Jason
Damon dies on
and
Mars.
Jason-
What's
yeah.
that movie?
Elysium.
No, never mind. Anyways,
moving on.
Brian.
The Martian.
cut the shit.
So you get your mech suit on, and then it literally just like cuts to you waking up in this just world, and these like robots are like pulling at your feet. And now you can walk. I will say that the
That's all it
graphics,
takes. Yeah.
the graphics
Space.
are pretty good. I mean, obviously I'm playing on PC, so it makes it that much better. But it does it justice. Like I haven't had any issues with frame rate drops or anything like that. It is Dark Souls. That's what it is. Has the same type of feel. So every enemy you kill,
Theme to it, kind of. You collect the souls for it, and then
I keep calling them souls. I couldn't even tell you what they're called because every time I'm like, shit, I just lost my souls because that's how it feels.
Yeah.
I think it's some sort of like just
Minerals.
Electricity from a
Space
robot
candy,
suit.
yeah.
Space candy. It's space candy.
yeah. So
Resources.
I'm just trying to look through this. So the combat right away, it's a lot faster. It's probably reminiscent of a Bloodborne with how quick it is and the movement speed. It took me a sec to really understand the movement in the game because I'm not used to being this agile in a game like this.
Okay.
So when you come up to an enemy, usually if you're like dodging left or right or even towards them, like while you're dodging, you can't attack because you're dodging,
Yeah.
right? This game, if you're dodging, like, and you press the attack button, he's gonna do like a jumping dodge attack, or he might slide underneath and give him a nice little uppercut, or if he jumps to the side, he might give him a nice little jab.
Yeah, like
Yeah. So it took me a while to figure that out. The other thing that's really cool about the combat is once you lock onto an enemy, you can pick on their body where you want to attack. So you can just scroll with your mouse and say, okay, I'm going to go after his right arm, his left arm, his head, his body, his left leg, or his right leg, etc. And then it will also show you which
sweep the legs.
does more damage.
which one's going to do more damage. So if it's blue, it means that there's no armor there. So that's where you could potentially want to go. But if you go after the piece of the body that has the armor,
Yep.
at the very end, once you built up your energy, it gives you a finisher. And if I'm going after your weapon that you have on your right arm, because most enemies only have their weapons on their right arms, if I'm going after and I'm burying that right arm and then I do a finishing move, I'll cut that right arm off and I have an opportunity or a chance to get that weapon.
Gotcha.
And then it's also, you have to build up your whole suit. So you have to get a right arm, a left arm, body, the face mask. So as you're building up your character, you're going around and you're targeting certain enemies
Limbs,
based off of what they have.
So if you're like, oh, that guy's got a
Frankenstein
cool
him.
helmet, you're gonna try to chop his head off.
Correct.
I could be behind that.
Yeah. And then
do that,
then
Yeah.
it's the same thing
Fuck
with
this guy.
as Dark Souls though. Like so you have your bonfires, which is these like med bays.
Yeah.
When you rank up, you can take your. I'm gonna keep calling them souls because that's what they are. You can take your souls and either rank up your character, and just like in Dark Souls, when you rank up your character, like say it was 1,000 souls you needed. Once you ranked it up, now it's going
2,000. Yeah.
It's 2,000 or it's 1,500. Or you could take those souls and put it into crafting. So if you want to craft your different armor set or weapons or upgrade things, you can take your souls, and that you also need some sort of
Item.
you need
Materials.
items and minerals to be able to create that item, but you also need a certain amount of souls. So then you're in this balancing act of,
What do I want to
do
spend?
I
more
rank up
important?
my
Yep.
person or do I craft or upgrade this piece?
You know, I'm weak in my left foot. Need to get that left
You
foot.
just steal it, don't you?
You know.
Yeah, but then it's also every item has like a consumable energy, right? So like right now my character's at like a 24. So that means that I can only have items and my weapon that can consume only up to 24 energy. So I can't just get craft an item that would
If
need
it takes too much energy.
correct. So then you're picking and choosing. Okay, which items do I need? And it also forces you to rank up your character instead of just getting the best.
So you
equipment.
can't just crush out items because you won't even be able to use them.
Correct.
Which is kind of
Real
Bloodborne.
sneaky, sis.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was pretty frustrating is that when you die and you lose all your souls, usually you just go back and you get your fucking souls. Like that's what you
Are
do.
they gone?
No, it's timed.
Ooh, shit.
Yikes. Okay.
Our other
then
favorite thing on the tangent: timed missions.
Well, it's not a time mission.
but you just want to go back. But you want them.
Yeah.
You have like 50,000.
But I
Yeah.
find myself just going, fuck it. Just not going to go. I'm not going to risk it.
Give me that timer, you piece of shit.
But it will be like you have two minutes to get there. And it's like, well, shit, I was pretty far away.
And I died when I got there, so
Yeah, so there's a lot of different shortcuts that you can open up, things you want to explore. It does reward you because there's also these things called implants that you can find, and depending on how high of a rank your character is, the more implants that you can have on. So implants can be consumables. So I have one health consumable that will just slowly regenerate my health, or I have the health that's like an Estus flask where it's going to give me all my health back at once, or an implant that's going to give me more energy upon successful attacks, or one implant that will show me the enemy's health gauge, or one implant that's going to increase my stamina. So there's a lot of different RPG elements that you're making some decisions on how you want to make your character, which is really cool.
yeah, you get to customize your playstyle.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
One thing that I thought was fucking weird, I don't know if the game glitched out or what, but as I was going around the first area, I made it really far away, and I went through this, like, from when I say that, from like my bonfire, and I ended up going down into like the sewers. I went through this like open area, and then I went down into the sewers because it wouldn't let me on this train. So I'm going around the sewers,
No ticket?
and it's fucking sketchy. It's what'd you say?
No
No
tickets?
ticket.
No ticket. Yeah. I ended up dying down in the sewers. So I was like, fuck, I had like 4,000 souls down there.
You got to get back that.
Had to get back there. So I started. I had
you gotta
opened
go
up a couple of shortcuts. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to start running by people because I'm not wasting my time. So I'm running by them, and I'm going through that same open area that I went through before. Next thing you know, boss fight.
Boss fight wasn't there before.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, Brian. I don't know what
Let's reiterate. No, it wasn't.
I have no idea. So I'm like, all right, boss fight. Let's see what happens. It's a giant fucking mech, right? Yeah, I died probably 40 times to this piece of shit.
Didn't get your souls back,
Souls.
did you?
No,
40 times in a row he didn't get him back.
He knows how
actually.
that feels.
Yeah. But it's the same thing of any Dark Souls game, Bloodborne game, etc. The more you play it,
Memorize it.
and
The better you get.
learn the attacks and learn how the enemies move and how to go about things.
Repetition
It becomes
is the path
pretty
to
easy.
mastery.
And so now I'm really starting to get in the groove of things. So I've only taken down one boss right now. There are NPCs that you can find around the map, though.
Was it that boss or a different one?
A one.
You say you only took down one boss. Was it that one? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Good work.
Yeah, so I killed.
So on the
I,
41st try, you got him.
Potentially.
Got
Which is good. Which is
yeah,
first
and
time.
I was streaming it.
41. For one.
I was streaming it. You know, my microphone was a little messed up, so you can't really hear the joy. Because I went to listen back, and I was like, did it come through? And it definitely. I was screaming. I was so fucking pumped that I beat this guy. It was just, and that's the thing that I love about these type of games. When you finally beat something that you just keep dying and dying and dying, it's awesome. But the NPCs are pretty cool too. So you find NPCs. They actually go back once you save them. They go back to your like home bases, so your med bases, and they give you other missions to find and stuff like that.
Okay. So not everyone in this game is trying to kill you.
No, I think they're like zombies. No one really knows what's going on. So you're just
Sounds
kind of
good.
walking around and you're just like, what's happening? And they're just like, I don't know, but can you help me? And then you're just like, sure.
Why
Like,
not?
whatever. So I'm really liking it. I think it's pretty fun. I've been waiting for it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I heard it's pretty long. So we'll see.
Long and hard.
Anthony,
It's the last.
you're last.
You
man.
are last.
All right.
But certainly not least.
we'll find out. No, won't we?
Yeah, I guess actually you better fucking bring it
So
in. Bring it in hot.
obviously playing the Switch at work again.
That's
this time
what you gotta
brought
do.
a different game. I bought Fate. It's called Extella, the Umber Star. It came out in January for the PS4, but like I said, at work, so I can play handheld.
Yeah, you can't play his PS4 at work, can you?
Cannot.
That's not a hybrid.
Yeah.
Not hybrid.
I'm
So,
still working on that.
what is this?
What the fuck's going on?
It's an action game. It is part of a series, so it starts off at the point where it starts off is you play a character that just won a war.
Okay.
So you
Real
get,
quick, have you ever played any other ones?
No.
Okay.
What made you feel like you needed to buy this game?
Like I said, I'm at work. I need
And
something.
fucking switch it
it's-
up.
Yeah.
It's time to
you
switch
go.
it up.
All right.
So
So,
I was looking for the RPG. It's more of an action game than an RPG, but it does have RPG elements to it.
okay.
But you just finished. You won the war, and you get a ring that signifies you get one wish from a computer that grants a wish. But you have to also defend. Like people are coming after you because they want the ring as well.
Fair enough.
So
There can be only one.
you
Frodo Baggins.
Kind of like a capture the flag situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could
Kinda like
be,
that.
but with a piece of jewelry.
So you start off with the ring.
You start off with the ring, and then you are the so you're the king, and you have to then
you got the ring.
defend
The kingdom.
pretty much. So you own 80% of it. Someone else has the other 20. You have to go find them, beat them, and then you can get pretty much your wish.
He has 20% of the ring?
No, you have 80%. So it does it by like territory. So you own like the kingdom. You have 80% of it. You have to pretty much conquer 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
To get the ring.
No, you have it
All right.
to make the wish.
Really?
I thought,
On the ring.
well, I thought that he said you win
so
the war,
close.
you get the ring, you get the wish. I thought that that's what he said.
But
at the
he like
beginning.
said, so people are coming kind of after you. So you're losing.
So
All right.
you need to take those
So
people
close.
out.
It's like Afro Samurai. Have you seen that?
I have
With
seen
the
that.
bandanas. Is it similar to that?
Kind of.
But there's
All right.
only-
How about we get into
'Cause
what?
no, 'cause he's
what-
ranked.
What is
All right.
the game? Is it a?
It's an action game. So when you actually get to the combat of it, it's a map that has different sections to it,
Are we talking Hyrule Warriors?
like that. Only
Okay.
the sections are actually split off, so that each one you micromanage to control that territory within the map.
So it's like a tactical game?
Tactical action
So you-
RPG kind of.
So it's tactical, but then it drops you into the action, and then up
'Cause
to
it's-
the tactical, then back down to the action once you're planning.
Correct.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. Yeah, okay.
so it does Hyrule Warriors where
there you go.
I mean,
Couldn't be
I'm
this switched
following
about the
along,
ring.
following
yeah,
along.
you couldn't pick that. up
I'm
either.
still wondering
Kinda-
who's wearing it. Is it pieces? Did they eat it? I don't know. But
You eat a ring?
I mean, it's in pieces. I mean, that's how I would hide my half.
All right.
What,
Jesus.
is that like
I don't
kind
know.
of a movie? I feel like
No.
it's something.
So
Just try to figure it out.
Gotta put the
how
two together to make
how is the
like,
combat? How does it feel?
Combat's fluid.
You smack an X?
It is pretty much Hyrule Warriors, where you have to kill a certain amount of enemies to make a like boss battle appear within that section.
Okay.
So you have people that also help you out and that will defend it once you win that territory. So there's about nine sections. Each map's a little different, 9 to 11 kind of, where you start off owning half of it, and then you have to conquer each section and control
Yeah.
the majority of the map.
Okay. And then they retreat, and then you move on to the next one.
But they
Gotcha.
can. But if like a king shows up on battle on their side, they can still conquer territories that you have previously taken over.
Yeah. So
So like Dynasty Warriors a little bit, because
Yeah.
that's what
Hyrule Warriors,
yeah, it's
Dynasty
Dynasty
Warriors.
Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors. I don't remember what one that is.
Justin, you might need to sit this one out.
Think about
Which one
battle.
is Hyrule Warriors?
Think about Battlefront. Star Wars.
No, I'm
Battlefront.
with you. I'm with you here. But which one is Hyrule Warriors? Like,
Zelda
Dynasty War.
It's-
But it's Dynasty Warriors. Just
oh,
Zelda.
was it on
Yeah.
the
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 Wii
U.
Wii U?
And
Okay.
the
I thought you
Yes.
would have
My
memorized that
goodness.
one a little.
I didn't play that
Anyways.
one. I mean, that one.
So
seemed a
like
little-
Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm at the last mission of the first person's kind of
kingdom.
episode. Yeah.
Okay.
To give you the kind of twist, I'm thinking making things more complicated than
Don't give us any spoilers.
for this guy over here.
what's the deal with the ring?
So you had to ask. But the problem why you can't get that wish is because someone else also owns the same ring that you own.
So there's two rings.
There's two rings.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Jeez, Shyamalan, huh?
So I have not finished it, so I don't know.
You don't know
going
what's
on?
happening.
Yeah.
I feel like none of us know what's going on.
No, because I didn't play the
okay.
first, but it was pretty simple to get into. Like I said, it didn't really like continue from the second one. It just
How much did you pay for this?
This was 50. Oh, actually 50. Yeah, 'cause I bought it off Amazon.
Yikes. Okay.
It's a game,
It is a game.
unfortunately.
And one other aspect that kind of adds to it is the micromanagement of your characters on the field. So you can kind of pick a class within the person who you choose to be on the battlefield. So you can be like a saber class, which holds a sword, an archer, or...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors did the
So it
same
really
thing.
did kind of mash up a bunch of stuff into one, and then...
Is this any better than any of the other ones, or because like you've played Dynasty Warriors, you've played
honestly,
Hyrule
Warriors is by far, bar none, the best.
Are you
Well, that's
excited
the best
for
lore, definitely. No
Fire
question.
Emblem Heroes?
I've not
or
played
Warriors? That one's coming
Warriors
out.
is coming out soon, which I
Yeah.
will pick up. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
obviously.
So, I mean, the game doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's got a 71 on Metacritic, which is pretty good.
pretty good.
You know,
Better
definitely
than-
seen worse.
Yeah.
Don't get the green light here, I guess.
Get the green.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. Anything above probably a 32.
Just getting green on this fucking show.
If it's 67 cents, then
Yeah, if the price is right. Do you have
Interesting.
anything
No.
else to really speak about?
So
or-
how did you hear about this? You were just
Yeah.
going through were you like
eShop
on the
or-
No,
on
I
some
actually-
message boards, or you just fucking
Yeah.
looking for games on the shop?
I actually have it for the PS4.
Oh, but you can't play it at work. So you're just like, what's going on with
Correct.
this game?
So
Okay,
got it for the Switch.
there you go. All right, fair enough.
$100 game. There you go.
Technically, I mean, I own 2 Switches, so
Yeah, you just got
mean,
it
you just
all
gotta-
going down.
Just doubling down.
Yeah,
you gotta.
double
But
down.
I think
It's his
that's
new
going to be
nickname.
it for Under Your Thumb this week. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news.